Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Investigamer, and I bet some of you were wondering, hey Chris, did you catch the VGAs? What was your best action game, your game of the year, most anticipated, best shooter? What are your opinions, so I can sodomize you if you disagree with me? Well, lucky for you, I'm going to be sending off 2013 with my Game Awards, starting with my top 5 most anticipated games of 2014. Before we kick things off, I do want to give a small little disclaimer, and I think this should be self-explanatory, but I know that I have to say it, otherwise I'm going to get tons of comments. This list is biased. Of course it's biased. It's the top 5 most anticipated games of next year, what I am looking forward to most in next year's launch lineup that we have so far. So of course it's not going to match up to yours. I'm looking forward to different games than you are, probably. I mean, some of you may have the same list as me, but that's just coincidence, okay? This is my list. We don't know if these games are going to be good. They're not out yet. We don't know. It's just what I'm looking forward to. All right? Let's get started. Number 5, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. If you aren't familiar with The Binding of Isaac, you probably should be, especially if you're a PC gamer. I love that the dungeons are randomized, I love the humorously dark art style, and I love that it's only $5. It's without a doubt one of my favorite indie games of all time, and The Binding of Isaac Rebirth is an upcoming remake of that game, and it implements several major changes, including a brand new engine, 16-bit graphics, and co-op support. Pretty nifty. Can't wait to see it in action. Number 4, Elder Scrolls Online. This may be hard to believe, but I've put more than 1,000 hours into Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, and at least 250 hours into Skyrim. I also got a chance to play Elder Scrolls Online at QuakeCon and even met Pete fucking Hines at the ESO presentation. He's a pretty cool guy. I also recently took part in one of their private beta sessions. With all that experience in mind, I can safely say that I'm more excited for this game than I have ever been for an MMO. And it's not that far away. This upcoming April is going to be an excellent month for gaming. Number 3, The Division. We don't know much about this game, but man is it bizarre. Look how many genres it borrows from. MMO, third-person shooter, action role-playing. This game looks like an impressive hybrid. I have a hunch that it'll be one of the first games to really demonstrate what the next gen is capable of. Looking forward to it. Number 2, Destiny. How can you not be looking forward to this game? The gameplay looks superbly enjoyable, it employs plenty of fresh elements, and it's made by the kings of first-person shooting themselves, Bungie. This is one shooter you do not want to pass up, even if the recent ones have been boring you to death. And my number 1 most anticipated game of 2014 is The Evil Within. Yeah, I'm sure some people will raise an eyebrow at me putting this above some of the seriously massive titles I listed previously, but if you know me, you know that horror is my middle name. I really hate the lack of decent modern horror games, and we need a return to the psychological terrors of the past, and I think The Evil Within might just be the beginning of that renaissance. If you've been following this game, you already know that it looks phenomenal. I watched the gameplay reveal of Evil Within at QuakeCon and even asked the devs a few questions afterwards, and if there's any game I can't wait to get my hands on, it's this one. Well, those are my top 5 most anticipated games of 2014. What are yours? I'd love to hear your list down in the comment section below. I try to read every single comment that I possibly can, but sometimes it's a little difficult, especially with the new Google Plus system. But in the meantime, you can check out my YouTube channel at youtube.com/TheInvestigamer and check out all the stuff that I've been working on as of late. I'm going to be going to MagFest in just over a week, and I cannot wait to do videos on everything I see there. Until next time, never trust the crowd, only the investigation.